they do feature the feet a lot, which I do like. Um, so hopefully we see more artwork like this, because it's kind of safe for me. So yeah. Oh, I know what you are, bro, or broess. So nice tiger, right? Oh, green. He's kind of like a zombie, or that guy from Teen Titans, the one that can turn into any animal. The creature. Cool. You know what? The way the hair flows reminds me of another artist. She's super popular, like Yoni Yamamai, the very flowy kind of effects. I mean, you can't really see it here with lines, but with the shape of like the hair and how it's like flowy, even the way the body's sort of moving here and there, it kind of has that flowy vibe. Although I think for Yoni Yamamai, her proportions for the body are a little more like petite, very thin. This one, yeah, they're petite, but a bit more. There's a bit more like chunkiness, right? Just a little more. I mean, look at how empty that background is, but it works,
I hate this
right?
art
And it
style.
helps make the pop up or pop up. I like here. I mean, both of the both with this pose, sort of like down, forward. There's something fluid, like the is. I think like leggings,
Oh my god, I forgot to do this.
right?
Luckily it's not on a different thing, I would have died.
Oh, nice that. You know, tattoos are okay, but it can be a bit much if it's like I know the term for this. I prefer tattoos, just visually speaking. I'm not saying I should do this, but
Anyways,
if it's a little more planned, I don't know, it feels
niggas cheating. Niggas got me being
better or it looks better to me. Right? There's something like
I can't even see.
sophisticated or
What's that say?
just
I
it's
can't
kind of
see
like right now I'm thinking of like a French woman for some reason who's like smoking a cigarette.
There is no way.
Like Audrey Hepburn, I think it's the last name Hepburn vibes, like that vibe where they're kind of cultured,
Nah, bro.
but sort of like disturbing.
There's no way the one on the left is her.
Melancholic possibly. I don't know. Anything wearing black helps for that.
This person is objectively unhealthy.
And actually, I'll never go back. First off, it actually gets it.
Oh, that's my bad. You're still morbidly obese. You're making light of your terrible health while fitting into shoes like this.
You have so much to say about my ankles, but can your ankles do this?
Actually, no, you
No, but it is unhealthy though, woman. Stop defending yourself.
Second, smart formatting. I can say grocery list, eggs,
You can see if you tape half a ping pong ball over each of your eyes, shine a red light on your face, and then play static for a few minutes, you will lose your mind. You see, this setup blocks out anything from the outside, overwhelming your senses and putting you in a state where your brain actually panics so much from the lack of information that it would start making stuff up. Your mind would try filling in the void with random images, hallucinations like horses in the clouds, or hearing voices in your head. If you tape half a ping
way harder than you need to. Try Whisperflow free.
You keep saying I'm abusive, but my name is just abusive. Nigga, don't you beat your kids? Shut the fuck up. Keeps
boy right here has a box full of spiders, and show me where you buy these. Over here. So they have a store here in the Philippines,
Right?
and she sells
Yeah, sure, the anatomy
many
can be exaggerated,
spiders.
it's
And
very
how much
solid,
will
but
you pay for a spider?
the vibe is there. Right?
20 for this one and 25
And
for
again,
this
when
one.
you
This
zoom
one
out,
is
it
a
looks
bigger
like complete.
spider. And then once you bought the spiders, what do you do with them? You fight them. Oh, here we go.
Right? I'm not sure what these are in the bag.
Who's the winner?
Oh, this could be
That's
like
a Spiderman, Three
the
the
air
man.
conditioning then?
Went to the Philippines, three the man.
I forgot. Maybe? It looks like
It's
the
just
vents, I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
Interesting, they look really close. I feel like the dark haired girl with the light skin is a little more devious. A little more crazy. The girl with the gray hair and the darker skin. She's a little more nonchalant. Oh, sweet. Right? Why does it look so interesting? It reminds me of the color scheme or palette of Dandadan, the anime. Very bright colors, very like poppy. I think artworks like this, like these, will. I think they will garner a lot of attention. The colors and the contrast, I mean, it's a perfect combination. In anime, I mean, yeah. And it's easy on the eyes because there's not, even though I appreciate super detailed or super like painterly paintings or inked work that has, the best like ink techniques, they look good. But if you're like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or Twitter, um, if it's too detailed, I think people will get overwhelmed very easily, and they are more likely to like scroll past it. Maybe you'll bookmark it, but for a style like this, it just you can tell there's a lot going on, right?
What should I do next?
But
I have no idea. I
it's
can't
still
think.
diverse.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? It's just two
This is gonna
characters
take me a
and
while.
some objects in the back to help like add some context. But because the style is simple, they're able to have a certain amount of diversity in terms of again the color palette, the shapes, the composition, and to me it just feels like it's a perfect high speed. Oh, lots of feet here. Like it's a perfect combo. I mean, look at the background; it's basically just white. But when you zoom out, it looks complete. Right? So they're very good with like negative shapes as well. Are these like ballet?
Don't encourage this shit, bro. This is trash.
Enjoy unlimited data calls and text for just €15 a month. Expect more with Sky Mobile.
This isn't just any chat, it's ClickUp chat. Sure, you can tag your team, ask questions, and even drop an emoji. But the real magic is how it connects to the rest of my work. I can tag a task, a doc, or a whiteboard, everything I need in one place. This goes both ways. Chat can also be referenced inside tasks to let people join in on the fun. A chat might be connected to a project, so I can see my lists, dashboards, and docs side by.
Hi, Dub here, and today we have a new episode in the RGB series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Peke, or P-E-K-E.
Wow, that's cool.
So they do have a page on Instagram, and I got these photos, images from that specific page. Now, this is a recommended artist that I got from the comment section, so if you have any recommended artists, I recommend you just type them down. So they mainly do inks, and then from there, they'll add some colors. And the colors they use tend to be flats, but they're often like super saturated, like kind of very obvious in a way. If it's like a fuller scene like this, or if it fills up the whole page, you will have at least one color that's kind of super heavy or saturated. But if it's like a page where you have, let's go back here, kind of like this where it's a compilation of different sketches, the colors are not always like super heavy. But you will have some images here where you will see that sort of heavy look. For example, for this piece, it's going to be the red in the background. It's kind of heavy. And if you look at the way they ink, their ink work is almost like it's pretty bold. It's almost like they're inking with a felt tip pen, or with a very thick pen. It does have a slight bleed in the edge, so it does have that graphic pen look.
Everyone has a different way.
I used to not like it, but over time I kind of get it. I think it's only kind of an issue when you overdo it, but if it's readable in the end, like from this view, I think it's not gonna matter too much. I think we've tackled some artists who have this kind of style, especially in regards to the inking approach, where the ink work is kind of bold. It does have like bleeds in the end, which gives it that natural look. I do like it.
I mean, you do like it.
And yet, sometimes they'll add some hatch lines, kind of on the inside. But since they do plan on coloring some of their work, you don't need to do it all the way. Or if you do add it,
Okay,
it's
077.
no. If it's gonna be like a black and white sort of piece, it's not gonna look good if you don't have enough hash lines. Because if it's just all black and white without any like suggestion of
Whoa!
mixed boundaries by hatching, it's just gonna look empty, right? If it's all just contour lines. Like imagine this without the colors underneath. If it were all just line art, I mean it would still work, but I don't know. I think adding more hatch lines would be appropriate. And they kind of do this thing. I think I saw it first with the works of Kim Jong-gi. If you look at the way he'll draw like the human body, especially for like the limbs. Well, not just the limbs, but pretty much everywhere outside of the face. They'll add like these almost like very small, short dash lines. It helps suggest form a bit without having the line sort of fully wrapping around your actual form. And you want to have like a mini curve almost, and sometimes it can appear like a set of dots, but if it just add a bit of that here and there, I think it can suggest some kind of volume. Which reminds me of another artist named, oh my, like he's a very famous, I think he's French. He has like he does a lot of futuristic, like he's known for his futuristic
What else
work.
now?
Like he's a very famous guy. Liard something? Oh no. Oh shit, Mobius. Jesus. Liard, what the fuck? So this Mobius will do this sort of dot thing to add to his line work, which can help suggest form. And he kind of renders things similarly, where it's just flats, and maybe he'll add some gradients here and there, but very interesting. Right, look at that. And the anatomy, it's kind of exaggerated, but it makes sense. And that's kind of the cool thing when you have, or when you do stylized work, you don't have, like, you have to follow rules, but you can definitely bend those rules. You can tell how the forearms are kind of, like, you can tell just kind of not kind of, definitely jack, broad shoulders, big biceps. I think her biceps are way larger than her triceps. The forearm muscles. Right? And I do like this technique where instead of using one line, you use two lines. It has an aesthetic appeal to it. I mean, yeah, it will make your work look a little sketchy, but it's not too crazy. So I'm not sure if this is for their comic, because I am seeing some recurring characters. And for this one, the colors are not too saturated, I think. I mean, it's there, but I think it's a little bit toned down. Okay, so sometimes when they do add some hatch lines, it's not going to be in black, it's going to be a colored version. And I think for whenever you're doing inks, if something involves motion, you have to learn how to draw these hatch lines, because drawing hatch lines can help indicate the movement. And it's a very interesting technique because you're not using like a blur tool or a motion blur or anything like that, or a smudge. Trying to suggest movement just with lines, I think, is very interesting.
Oh, I know you were here.
The tattoo style kind of reminds me of Sukuna a bit from Jujutsu Kaisen, right? And because she has like a tomboy, boyish vibe, she kind of reminds me of Revi from Black Lagoon. Interesting night scene. The sky is dark, pretty much close to black or black,
This is day 1 of my husband doing Tai Chi walking workout. This is day 21 of my husband doing Tai Chi walking workout. My husband's 57, 120 kilos, and his trainer tells him he needs to walk 10,000 steps a day to lose weight.
How old is his trainer?
He's 26.
Yeah. Exactly what I thought.
Come on. This is awesome.
But nothing is like hidden. Or like these
I
two
lose weight as well.
bodies, like this guy, this boy. It's just desaturated a bit. And the clouds are like very obvious. I think they're clouds. Right, nice physique. Look at those double lines again. It looks good. Wow, she looks very strong. I like it. And the hands are kind of big. Again, you can just push proportions or play with proportions to get the vibe you want. Again, with the movement, I think you can feel more of the movement from the ground and the environment basically. Look at how all the hatch lines they're going in this direction, so you can tell like this person is sort of propelling themselves and their arm and their fist into this guy's face. I mean, yeah, you can do it without the background, but because of that context, it feels more alive, right? The movement is even more obvious. Interesting. Is it monster? Cool. Guy. I think it's a guy, the blondie. Right? Again with the hatch lines, showing they're kind of kicking this person. Oh wow, they're able to cut their face a little bit. Very interesting. But do you see I think the environment helps. It can be a bit confusing if you're just seeing it immediately, but if you allow your eye to just rest into the piece, you can kind of see the glory in it.
And we're done!
If this would be like
We're done.
or something, or a print for like a notebook, a bag, a shirt.
And we just have light and shadow next. We're
Now, this one
finished.
you
Then we
don't see
can
any
finally.
color really. It's just
Oh my
very
god, I might
still
finish at
bluish
9 o'clock.
gray as a base. But
Bro, I started studying at 2 or 3.
again,
I didn't
add,
start
like, the
finishing at
contour
4.
lines, right? And then in some parts you add like these very small.
Oh no, it's only.
almost dot like.
Fuck, I thought it was like.
It helps just add a bit of
I thought it was
form
8 o'clock.
without adding to
I was
the
tripping, I
like,
thought it was
heavy
8
hatch
o'clock
lines.
right now. I thought it was 19 o'clock, not 18 o'clock.
I like the way they're doing the hair too. In this case, they're revealing the light.
I swear I thought it was 19
So
o'clock.
black first, and then
I swear it was
the
just turned
light
8
balance.
8
Very
o'clock.
interesting.
This is hard, man.
Um,
Kawaii.
I guess it's one character, but they're just exploring like different aspects of her. So clearly, you can look at that back. Damn, nice delts, rear delt development.
Damn, we're done?
I've done this before when I was a kid, trying to lay down with your head and with your pelvis, and then seeing if you can rest in this position. It's kind of dumb, but it's one of those shared human experiences. So you can tell she's kind of a
No one does
slut.
that,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
stupid.
she's strong, probably trains, but she has like a very
Not that
clumsy
creative.
side to her. Oh my god. I see. Very heavy set, very strong physique. You know? You know, I wouldn't mind if my
There, we're done. First, second, third.
girl was like way bigger than me, kind of like this. I wouldn't mind. You know? She may look sort of tough on the outside, but there's like a side to her that I know. I'm just imagining stuff right now just because I'm lonely. Anyway, oh, I think she's about to punch me, or you, the viewer. Right? I think she's using the same ink pen for pretty much all of this, for everything. Whether it's the black lines, the colored lines in the back. I think it's done in black and white first, perhaps, and then they color it after.
Well, so nice.
But But look at
blah,
that.
and then this, and then what's the next thing?
Oh,
Oh, no.
look at that. They're still showing the outline of the eyelash and this part of the face, whether using negative lines or light lines on top of black lines or black shapes. Very interesting. I mean, you could have just hidden it, but I think it's very common in like the manga, anime space, doujin space, where this kind of anime style, where you still try to illustrate it, showcase the edges, but you have to tone it down in some kind of way. Not sure what this says, but
When I was a kid, I used to, draw a little bit. When I was a teenager, I went to the art school. I didn't stay there too long because it was not really teaching me a lot. Then I really stopped doing art for a long time. Revisited again maybe about 10 years ago. Started drawing and
Oh, I made a
painting with
mistake to say.
acrylics. I have been following Dimitra for a while before that. When they posted the video that they launched in the mastery program, I decided to take it basically right away. At first, it was a little bit confusing, a little scary because I've never worked with oil paints before. But I mean, maybe 2-3 months in, it started making like all the sense, and I really felt like I was already going in the right direction. Taking the master program definitely helped me to bring like my visions to life, although it took a couple of years of working even after master program to get my skills to the point where I could, do pretty much everything I imagined. Learning about different techniques, how to work with different mediums, helped me to get my visions closer to how I wanted, them to look like before the mastery program. It was a lot of frustration because I couldn't find any information on techniques, and everything was just scattered over, around the internet. There was no structure. There was no explanations about how paints work. Definitely no cools and warms. So that was a big thing to learn. And I'm actually happy I didn't have experience with oil paints because I didn't have to unlearn anything that was wrong. So yeah, I just basically started working in different mediums. I learned pretty quickly that I'm interested in a lot of mediums. Really showed me the opportunities that I
Mediums,
could,
just do
take my
digital.
art on
Skip this
different
shit, bro.
levels. After
That's
the
your
mastery
opinion. I
program,
don't care.
drawing the insides of the mouth and simplifying it, I think is like once you get to do it, it's just gonna level up your work a lot. A good example of just an inked version of their piece. Look how bold those lines are. It's kind of there's a decent amount of like line weight variety. Notice how for this more explosive effects, some lines are just super thin, right? But for this full like bird thing and this person with the bow, the lines are pretty thick. And in the background, look at how thin these lines are compared to these lines. This dog wolf thing kind of reminds me of the fox devil from Chainsaw Man, the anime movie, right? It's very magical, I think, like the way it's done. Like this could be an album cover, a poster. Um, I'm not sure what style this would be, where it's kind of a montage where it's a full page, but it's a montage of like everything is filled up. It's like a collage of one image stacked or pasted on top of a previous image. Very cute. Right? So maybe it's her first time being protected by a guy. I don't know, because
Nobody's no shit.
Someone experienced, right? So maybe it's her first time being the one protected instead of being the protector. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. Look at that. And it's the consistency. Like I don't see any like deviation too much. Like they have I speak. They have their technique down.
Squeaker.
Right? The same ink work, the same way of coloring.
Oh, that's weird.
It's like cell shaded, or it's not even cell shaded. It's just like flats. and you often don't even see like shadows. Now this one's is a lot more sketchier, but same principle. Right? Do you see the shadows? I mean, maybe a little bit, but that's it. It's so minimal, like you can't even see it from afar. Right? That damn. It reminds me a little bit of some old like Ghibli movies, like the way it's drawn. I don't know. There's something about it.
I haven't lifted in
This
ages.
is the boy's hand, kind of checking on her. Maybe she has like a fever. Oh, she looks so cute. Kind of vulnerable. Nice shoulders, first of all. I mean, even the way the face is drawn, it feels very like authentic. And a slight bit of sweat here. Right, the drops. I don't know, it feels kind of genuine. Maybe she's been training and the boy kind of realizes, oh shit, I think she's developing a fever.
Hi, W. Are you ready to join me for meeting days featuring Russell Vanderkolk, Kim Fletcher? Addiction, chronic disease, depression, these are not mistakes of the mind or the body.
Hey!
Imprints the echoes of unresolved trauma. Together, we're going to explore our trauma.
No!
And how it can be healed.
That's some South Park shit, bro. How? How did he do that?
Join by clicking on the sign below. Hope to see you. Take care.
No! That cannot be real, bro. How did he do that? How did he do that?
Not even me could never do that. But how the heck did you poop from that distance?
Make it a habit, a 10-minute AI routine every morning. You'll be unrecognizable this winter. You in?
Because that's unbelievable.
So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit changed everything. I replaced social media with micro-learning. Now, instead of wasting time on social media, I spend 15 minutes a day actually learning how to use AI for writing, planning, brainstorming, social work. That's it, just one skill a day. This is the 28-day AI challenge built for beginners over 40.
I don't know what I
Start
did.
tomorrow, tap the screen to join us, and try the one habit that really makes you unstoppable.
Wait, hold up, buddy. Your pee was on point. Not even me could never do that. But
Yes, not as there's one art, it's not that heavy. I mean, the thickness perhaps, but it's not overwhelming. Take away the colors.
now we're gonna have to call you the
This is a bit different. There is a decent amount of action going on. Oh wait, I think this is a... forgot his name. Oh my god. The body of Sukuna kind of...
Wait,
has.
hold up.
Damn, I forgot his name.
Your pee was on point.
Not Denji.
Not even me
Not
could
Tanjiro.
never do that. But
Oh my, from Jujutsu Kaisen, like the main guy.
from that distance,
It's over. I forgot.
Hey, get it in!
now we're gonna have to call you the super poop man.
It's not real, man. You can't poop that hard.
Toji's like the buff guy.
He's literally playing with his poop, man.
Nice arms. I like how the elbows are drawn.
There's no
you
way,
feel like
man.
it's actual bone.
Wait, hold up, buddy.
There is no way.
Not even me could
You're playing. This nigga playing with his poop.
Look at the scene. Right? Very magical, very like.
did you poop from that distance?
Like this could be an anime, right?
Now we're gonna have to call you the super poop man.
Is whimsy the word? I don't know. Whimsical. Even the sky with the clouds. Are they clouds? I'm not sure what the green stuff is. Are. It just feels alive.
You know, there's no rules in a street fight. There's no referee in a street fight.
Wow,
This mimosa's so small now. Damn, mimosas are tiny now.
Thing or feline? Or
I lost all mimosa.
with her legs.
Oh my god.
Right.
I really lost all mimosa, man.
Nice.
It's not big anymore. It's
When
not that big anymore.
when you have like a technique like this, where it doesn't really change from piece to piece, your only real worry is the art, the concept. So you can actually become even more productive if you're not constantly experimenting. And that's why I get people when they say, "Oh, you want to," or they want to figure out their style, because it does get easier if you have like a solid method. Excuse me. That you can constantly rely on. This one is a little more sketchy, kind of like we saw in a previous like page. So I'm guessing the buff girl with the tattoo is the tallest one in the group. Right? Look at that, very cute. The colors here are kind of desaturated, so you can tell it's kind of in nighttime. Even though the background is white, just the context with the pillow, them laying down, and the colors.
Look how small mimosas are now.
Level, it feels like it's nice.
I haven't exercised in ages.
Some bruising.
And we're done.
I think it's the boy. It kind of I think it's a guy, but this character reminds me of. It was a recent anime. It was like a samurai. He was a boy.
I don't know what that is.
Who got like his family was like murdered or something. And so he was the last of his kind. I forgot the anime name, but he was like a samurai person. I liked it. I mean, look at this. It's like an epic movie. Like, it's a kind of world you would think as a kid, but you would only be able to do it or represent it, illustrate it as an adult.
We're finally done.
Because now you have like the skills. And that's kind of the cool thing about art is, if you give it enough time, your skills will catch up to your imagination. I mean, even the creatures themselves, they look so interesting. It's like a buffalo, but the face is that of like the horns are, they look like horns, but they're actually like wings a little bit. I don't know. It's very interesting to look at. Oh, it has like tentacles as well.
We're almost done, and then we can do light and shadow, and we'll be done. Today was a long ass day.
We have like a large.
I wouldn't, even if I went cinema to the library, I wouldn't have finished it.
Arm or something.
I would be still stuck here.
You know,
I had to fix my fucking bike. I had to go there and fix it.
Look at that.
I might have to call them and see if they left.
Pretty dynamic. What's that? Look at them feet. Baggy pants. I mean, look at those arms still like. Mommy.
He jumps up in the air. He goes like that up in the air.
Dot like that.
And he just starts like.
Double line.
That shit does not look like. What?
This guy looks.
He's like, okay.
He almost looks like a goat.
Whee!
And look like red.
You're like this.
Like,
whee! What
it
the
reminds me
hell?
of the color palette from the anime Dandaran.
They're doing uppies.
Lots of like super neon-esque, super saturated colors. The boy captured an ink, just trying to catch them both. This one, it's a bit of a modern look. The attire.
Okay then. What else in there?
I like a high waist.
We're done.
I think it's a high waist set of pants. I don't know. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. It kind of looks good. I don't mind it.
What else is there?
I used to not like it, like in an idea way, but visually I would always be like, You know what? It's not that bad. You know? What the hell is this? Not sure. And it's just the output. You can create so much work if you just simplify your illustration process. Again, with the colors, the lime, is it lime green or something? Bold inks. And then from there, we'll sketch first, and then this sort of ink approach, right? And then just basic colors. The background is way more saturated than this actual character and the grass that she's laying on. I like the pose. She kind of looks stressed, but you know, if you just bent her foot a little more forward or extended it more forward, you would be able to see her soles. Oh my, this guy's so freaky. Very freaky. Right? So they're trying to make their way to the top. I haven't seen this guy before.
Actually.
Maybe they have like a manga somewhere, I'm not sure, but... Oh yeah, we did see a shorter version of this that was like more zoomed in, but...
I don't know how to finish it this time. I don't get it.
More of... or beyond that focused shot. This one is definitely giving the Sukuna vibes. Right? The underlighting, meaning the light source coming from below. The perspective as well, you're seeing from the worm's eye view. So it kind of makes her look and appear more powerful. The big melons of life. Broad shoulders, I mean, damn. Just dominant. And even the smile contrasted with the injuries in her face and the blood. It kind of just looks confident. Like, it's aura.
I need to start lifting weight. I'm going gym, I mean. Let's get strong.
Oh, come on, maybe they're flirting.
That's it? What are we doing?
Nice. Cat. It's kind of a very fat cat.
We're done, yes. Nice shadow.
You know what? The world kind of reminds me a little bit of Avatar.
Okay, that's all we finished way later.
Garden? I forgot the actual name, but the flying garden something? Where you can see rocks just floating in the air. It has that sort of freeing...
Oh, this is wrong.
Again, I'm going to mention the Mobius guy, because I think in his world, or worlds, they kind of have this open space, open world, like... There's almost like a magical element. I do know they focus more on sci-fi, but it has like a magical element to it. Nice feet. Right. And is the color choice crazy? I think it's all like analogous. It's all like within, like they're very close to each other. Like you don't see very strong complementary colors. All like in the same range almost. Or maybe it's because it's just desaturated, that's my guess. As well.
There we go.
Very interesting.
A and B. We're finally done,
Interesting bird. Okay, the boy was injured, so now this girl is trying to...
big titty, fucking strong ass legs. Looks like fucking John Cena, bro.
No. And yeah, again, the creature designs.
What else if he was a girl? What else now?
It's like a goat.
We're done.
Eating a goat.
We're finally done. I'll probably finish at 8. Oh my god. So that means I started at like 3 o'clock. I started studying at 3.
Oh, she's grabbing onto it. This could be like a rock or something.
I was gonna fucking play League, man, before. I ended up here like 9.
Whoa. Oh my. Broad shoulder.
Shadow origin.
The bodies are just on point. Oh wow. Lots of foot shots. Foot 1, foot 2, foot 3.
Caught the vertical plane. They write it down. Caught the vertical plane again.
A bunk bed.
Then light direction, shadow direction.
I
The
just
light
sleep on
range
top
direction cast shadow.
of the bunk bed. My sister would be at the bottom.
Localized switch shadow was your
It's
not
okay.
my
The bad side
bro.
is
I
whenever you
didn't
open the
have enough
lights,
money
it
to
would
even
affect you
afford
first if you're at the top. So
fucking things. All I had is a piece of paper. That's it. Piece of paper.
I think I developed like trauma from that, being
no
constantly
iPad,
awakened
no.
by fluorescent lights. So I think that's why I like, or I prefer, working in the dark. And I don't like using like fluorescent lights too much. Or when I do, it's like super like it's almost like a lamp and not an actual full-on light source.
No, that's the
Basically, I
sun,
prefer the dark
earth, and
just because it's
space.
easier on the eyes.
I'm drawing that again.
And I get the trauma just it's too much.
This is like
Super value this week with real rewards. Get Nestle and Kellogg cereals like Rice Krispies, Cheerios, Cookie Crisp and Special K now half price. Get 3 for €10 on selected meats and fish like salmon darns. And
that's
fresh
alright.
fruit and veg for Fresh 5 offer from 79 cents. Check
That's
your
alright.
rewards after vouchers. Super value. Still super, no better value.
At Clear Mobile, we've an offer so good, it's worth it.
Oh, that's not wrong.
Exactly. He knows a good thing when he hears it, because it's only... Yes. $12.99 for unlimited data and calls with texts. Good lad. Join now at clearmobile.ie.
Black and white, but I mean some blues, some purple thing, or I think it's purple. But it's mostly like just ink work. In a way, the style reminds me.
This goes positive sunlight. Wait, positive sunlight construction backlight. Negative sunlight construction front light.
It's a fantasy world about food.
Easy. Food. Nigga, how much anime has this nigga watched, bro?
Dungeon Meshi something.
Oh, never mind. I watched that.
This guy reminds me of the, like in the samurai something. It's like a Shota. Focused anime.
I haven't been exercising for a long time.
I think we've seen the colored version of this, but take away the colors, it still works. I think. Nice grayscale, but I think the color version just looks better. Right? It just adds more to the mood. Look at this. Right? It's like a big bat or moth.
Ah, I'm in a stick again.
It looks massive too, Jesus. And the clouds kind of being pulled away. Oh my, and look at the shadow of that freaking animal. Across this sort of plain. Wow. Insane. And look at how she's standing, very confident, like nonchalant. Like she knows she can take this thing on with no issue. Right? One image, one full image, but it has aura. He got injured. Another black and white image. Again with the double lines, or triple lines even for some parts. Again, it looks sketchy, but it still looks clean. And look at how they're not rendering it all the way. Look at how they're leaving a bit of white space just in the edge to help make the arm edge a little more obvious for both of these arms. Same thing here, adding like a white line. Cool. Look at that. Wow, I'm guessing she's trying to save both. So the boy is out, the other girl is out, so she's gonna be the last one standing. I mean, is that a baby in their back? Or like a, not sure what it is, but I think it's supposed to be the guy we saw earlier, the one who was protecting her. Not sure. Then look at the muscles. Like, it just looks right. The forearms, the elbow, the shoulder muscles, the tricep, bicep. a bit of that lat. You can see it from like in the backside, right? The chest. So freaking cool. I think we've seen. Yeah. So we're cycling back. Look at this. Look at that big. Like, goddamn. Huge. I mean, her shoulder is the size of her whole head, pretty much. And it's also the size of her boob. Like one boob is one shoulder and one head. Mommy proportions. Why is she unzipped? Kind of odd. I mean, it happens when you don't have a very strong zipper. You would just spread your legs a bit and get it like open.
Oh, we're done.
Kind of reminds
We're done. We can play League 4 times.
Black Lagoon. What's your name again? Roberta? Remember that scene for those of you who've seen the anime? Where, I think it's not in the season, it's a different season. It's just mainly focused on Roberta, like the maid, the Colombian maid. And there was a scene there, it was a very high tension scene, and I don't know, just, you know, the part when she like unbuckled her, or when she was just about to unbuckle her belt, super hot. Anyway, so that's it for this package. I do like it, so thank you for the recommendation. We have tackled artists again like this, who do have this style, or they have a similar style a little bit.
Nigga, you a grown ass nigga? Get the fuck out of here.
Just because I've tackled so many artists. So if you have other artists who are kind of like this artist, or other artists who have like a different style, I'd recommend you comment them in the comment section below. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Miss Captain. Find me the coffee house.
What is this? I would drop a girl's titty if I was in here. UCLA. UCLA? How is no one a pervert?
This guy was convinced he could bend the iPhone Air in half.
6D maybe, even an 8D pencil, because you can help out with this.
So I spent $1,000 to buy him an iPhone Air just to prove him wrong. Let's see how it went.
I mean, 3, 2, 1. You can just not just by the hands, but if you can draw feet pretty well, to me it kind of signifies like I feel like they're of culture descent, you know. There are signs, definitely. But did it get a clean these lines are? Interesting. I think we have a couple of cheats or shots like this where I'm getting this sketch. Oh, by the way, when I say I've seen the live streams, I've only like quickly skipped in certain parts of the video, but I haven't like watched it the whole way. So I'm guessing this is like a good summary of how they would maybe start a sketch. If you focus on just super light strokes, but they're kind of thick, they're trying to find maybe good gestures. Or, you know what? Why did they do this in the end? I'm not even sure. It kind of adds like some shadows, but right now I'm feeling like they start off the sketch with like these bigger, bolder strokes, and then they draw like the final lines afterwards.
Wow. Real skull.
And then it
you have a cool art style.
I don't know, a 6B maybe, even an 8B pencil, because look at how dark it is in some parts. I mean, you can just tell, not just by the hands, but if you can draw feet pretty well, to me, it kind of signifies, like, I feel like they're of cultured descent, you know? Because there are signs, definitely. But look at how clean these lines are. Interesting. I think we have a couple of sheets or shots like this where I'm guessing they sketch. Oh, by the way, when I say I've seen their live streams, I've only like quickly skipped in certain parts of the video, but I haven't like watched it the whole way. So I'm guessing this is like a good summary of how they would maybe start a sketch. if you focus on like the super light strokes, but they're kind of thick, they're trying to find maybe the gestures. Or you know what? What if they do this in the end? I'm not even sure. They kind of add like some shadows, but right now I'm feeling like they start off the sketch with like these bigger, bolder strokes, and then they draw like the final lines afterward. That's my guess. And then they decided to simply keep the initial strokes there, which can have an effect. Sometimes I do like leaving it in only because like you do have to lighten the strokes, maybe tone down the opacity, and you want to make sure that the sort of final lines you draw are on its own layer to make this process sort of easy. But
Well,
I
that's
think it's
better.
cool, right? Being able to see the initial strokes. So you can know they do a lot of like studies.
We're done.
It kind of reminds me of, not sure where she's from, but like the pose reminds me of that character from what Resident Evil or something. I'm not sure. Like the tall woman with like the big. I'm guessing it's because of the shot, the big hat, and you're seeing her from below, so it kind of makes her. Well, she is kind of tall. Also, this guy here, he looks like a normal sized guy. A very clear height difference. You know, there's an anime where you have the same setup. I think she's also like a witch, but she's like super tall, kind of thick too. I forgot the name, but I do love that dynamic. Uh, very like mommy vibes. Anyway, boo. So you can tell the gray like shading here. It was done after to add some form, such as some form, um, right? And you could use a layer, or sorry, a fill-in tool. What do you call it? A lasso fill, or something like that, where it's all one value. But sometimes you can go at it manually, meaning your brush has some opacity in there, and so when you add your strokes, either stroke by stroke, you can see like this streak sort of effect, and it can make it look a little bit messy, but sometimes it's what makes it look more natural. Because if everything is just like, let's go back, done this way, where the shadows are all like one value, it can seem boring maybe sometimes, or it has a different effect. I'll say that. But when you do it this way, even with this like shading for like the shadows here for the hat, obviously for this, it just makes it look more fun, right? And again, those lines, very textured, very pencil-esque, and you know it was clean. And I like how the face, it has a very Korean-esque style. If you look at the way, just think of like the group Super Annie. Most of them tend to be like South Korea, right? If you look at their like facial anatomy, they kind of have a similar style. Think of the late Kim Ji-gi, Jae Kwang, Park something, Miss Jisoo. They kind of have a certain. It's not exactly anime. It's maybe because even if when it comes to their concept art for like games, the face, the way they draw it, it's not as stylized as anime. It's sort of semi-realistic, I would say. It's like a nice balance between the more Japanese anime style and like the more Western realistic style. I think the lips too, very like mushy. Um, what? Oh, we have Spider-Man here, the goat. I think if you want to get good at drawing like more dynamic poses, just reference Spider-Man because there's so many shots of him.
Indoor drying making your clothes smell musty. Ugh.
What should I do now?
Lenore Outdoorable. And unleash
Yeah, skip
sunshine
this
freshness
Oh
drying
no.
outdoors on your clothes.
What the?
Fresh. Lenore Outdoorable. Fresh as it dried outside.
How's busy? Great, especially with the help of Zero accounting software. I can keep my cash flow flowing by giving customers more ways to pay.
Ew.
Doing all sorts of poses only because that's what his character is about. Is based off of like the spider concept.
This is
So he kind of not flies, but he glides through buildings. So you can often see him in like all sorts of like super dynamic positions, and he's like a great opportunity to like study anatomy not in a boring way, right? Because whenever
What
he's like
is the?
squatting
Who
or sitting
made
down,
this?
he still has a
Who
way
made
of
this? What else
making
is
it
there?
look interesting. Or you tend to see him in certain poses, even
It's
if
gonna be
it's like
hard.
whether it's flying,
Draw
jumping,
the boy.
or just sitting down. He tends to have like people draw him in just interesting ways. So highly recommended to draw Spider-Man. And you know what's so cool? Let's say you're into Spider-Man. If you just draw Spider-Man enough times in all sorts of positions, you can eventually draw any character. Just change like the mask or change like the proportions of the body, right? So it's not bad to have like a favorite character to draw. This could be Gwen, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just basing it off of the hairstyle here, but if you look at the anatomy, it leans more on the realistic side. And look at how the outer lines are a lot bolder than on the inside, right? And the lines are definitely way darker, very charcoal-esque, but it still has that vibe of that, traditional look, only because of the texture, right? Looks very traditionally done. I'm not sure what this is. I mean, I do know there's like a multiverse in the whole Marvel thing. So this could be someone. I do know there's like a character. I think she's supposed to be Asian or something. Where I forgot her name. I think she's one of the love interests of Spider-Man in a different universe. Like he has so many love interests. Is Black Cat an interest of? I only know Mary Jane, Gwen, the Asian girl. I forgot the actual name. Sorry, I don't read comics, but and then maybe Black Cat. I'm just guessing by now. Someone said in the comments I'm so bad with references, and you're not wrong. Oh my! Oh, kind of reminds me of another artist reviewed, who mainly does like gymnastic or ballet girls.
That's so wrong.
And that's their only focus, and I get it, right? And I also like how it's chunky. You're not using too many lines here, right? But it just like it's enough to say what needs to be said. It reminds me of some of the works of John Buscema, something. When you see like these old school artists, comic artists, and they use their brush to draw like fine lines and stuff like that. Like they're not so heavy with the line work, and it's almost like they're drawing in cursive. I'm not sure if that's the best way to say it, but they're not easy. I mean, you can see some hatch lines, but they're not overdoing it. And the proportions are obviously like super not slender, but they're kind of curvy. It reminds me of like Frank Frazetta sometimes when it comes to like the thickness of some of these, well, the women specifically, but yeah. Wait, so this is Captain America. Not sure who this is. Wait. She has like a similar hairstyle to Gwen for some reason.
We're done. Oh, that was a
Chainsaw Man, look at this nice speed. So you can tell this artist has...
The Chainsaw Man in the movies in the cinema is different from the Chainsaw Man that I watched on the anime site.
As a person of culture, hopefully you understand. Interesting foreshortening of this.
It was more realistic.
It's always a difficult thing.
Like in the movies, it felt like, oh, they never met someone as strong as her. But when you watched it, it was like, oh, they met loads of people.
It's kind of a challenge to draw, but when you do draw it,
my leg is itching like crazy.
It's gonna end up.
What else is there? I'm done. I got sketch
Even if the silhouette is kind of
this is the only
not too interesting, that dynamic shot is going to compensate for it. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you look at his hand, it's pretty much enclosed in like this ball or in this like square, right? So silhouette-wise, it can seem boring because it's all contained in pretty much one area. But take away the silhouette, that first shortening is what makes the
I
shot
think I'm on
interesting
female this time.
or dynamic.
My leg is a
So in this case, or for this page, they're drawing in grayscale, or the background is in grayscale,
They said you
and
should
they're adding or
stylize it.
painting the lights or the highlights after. But I believe this is Bomb Girl. I did see the movie. I did see a couple of foot shots, so always a good thing.
Let's give
It
her
was very
huge
quick,
boobs.
but I could tell. Interesting. Okay, do you see
Give her huge ass.
the minimal sort of
titties.
line work here, mainly on the contours, some for the folds, some hatching to indicate the motion. And then they use a different brush to add like these shadows, to add some volume, but that's pretty much it. It could even be, wait, is it the same brush? I'm not sure. But it still has a bit of texture, just lighter in terms of like the value. But that's it. Pretty cool.
Wait, you seem to forget to take it. Your indispensable note-taking partner. Its 3-in-1 X paper display cannot be ignored. Ink paper, light color, neutral color, switch as you like. Millions of colors leap before your eyes. 90 Hz refresh rate. Every frame is smooth and splendid. Restore the paper-like writing experience and let your ideas vividly come alive. Brand new X3 Pro Pencil 2. Smart Jet makes every stroke precise and smooth. XP Pen Notes. One click to take notes. Edit PDF files freely. Enjoy open ecosystem, seamless cross-device collaboration. Powerful performance connects creation and unleashes imagination. Here is Magic Notepad, the world's first 3-in-1 color notepad. Blended color, note magic.
Give me 30 seconds and I'll make you learn AI. Watch this.
So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit changed everything. I replaced social media with micro-learning. Now, instead of wasting time on social media, I spend 15 minutes a day actually learning how to use AI for writing, planning, brainstorming, the real work. That's it, just one skill a day. This is the 28-day AI challenge built for beginners over 40. Starts tomorrow. Tap the screen to join us and try the one habit that really makes you unstoppable.
Bomb Girl again or Reze. Kind of a sad. Well, I won't spoil it, but it's a good movie, but just kind of sad. It's kind of like the ending of. It's a mecha anime, Darling in the Franxx. It's a good, it's like it's bittersweet. Like it's good, but like your heart kind of feels like you're in pain a little bit, but in a good way. Very interesting. Yeah, their style is so designed for like comics. Very clean, heavy focus on the outlines, because they do plan on coloring. Even if it's like grayscale, kind of like this, and you add some texture, it really only works when you have a solid line base that's clean enough to be able to color in this way. Interesting. Nice shot.
Anyways, whatever.
Focusing more on the action, the pose.
What else is next?
I think in comics, I'm not sure what the proper term is, but you want to capture a shot that's sort of in between.
What else is nice?
And the reason why you do that is, like, you're not doing the thing that you're just about to do, that in between shot. It just makes that specific shot proposed in between the starting point and the ending point. That's where you get the most action, or that's where you feel the action. So it only makes sense
Is
to
there mushrooms in people's butthole?
focus on drawing that, because if you just draw like the ending shots all the time, it's gonna be boring. And it doesn't have tension, right? Because here, like, you can tell, it just, like, nothing is defined yet, so that tension is what's leading to that sort of interest. Like, you don't know if it's gonna hit or not, right? That's Iron Man, interesting. Not sure who this is. I like the ink work, a lot more clean. Not much texture. It's not the pencil one. Very webtoon, comic-esque. Very finished looking. Even if it's just a sketch, it looks really clean to me. I like how the lips are drawn. Very sort of like luscious.
What else is nice?
Right? I don't know.
What else is nice? I don't remember.
I like how maybe she's trying to
Oh,
wipe
light
some
and
blood
shadow.
off or some saliva. Probably blood.
I just don't know
Like she's
character.
about to fight or something. Like this one. Kind of showing her fangs, her canine teeth. Again, lots of studies. I do like this one. There's something about her. You know, she could be like a poster, like a pinup poster. And the nose is always like a challenging thing. You can tell it's not the typical anime way. Or a dot. They do indicate where the nostrils are, but you still have to be careful with the line art anyway, because if you add too many lines, it's just not gonna look good, right? A little bit more, like, compared to even the eyes. I think the nose tends to, out of all the facial features, it tends to have less lines. Or you want to default on having less lines. Because the more lines you add, the more heavy it's gonna be, and it's just not a good look. And if you look at, like, from far away,
1, 2, 3.
It has the less contrast because it's covered by skin. Unlike the eyes, it's like a flesh thing, right? Same thing for the lips. The eyebrows are obviously like way darker, usually. So you do see it from far away first, but the nose, the only thing that's giving it contrast maybe when you see the like the nostril. So it only makes sense to focus more on like the holes and indicate where they are, kind of like this. But if you think from above, you don't really need to do it as much.
1, 2,
More
3.
studies.
I don't like doing
Nice
this.
tomboy chick.
1, 2, 3.
Damn, nice hips. Flat abs. Very fit. Oh, like a nice mecha leg. Look at that. Lots of foot shots. Again. Studying things that truly matter, right? Look at that. I mean, they draw hands pretty well too, but again, there's something about feet that just. Oh, is that Batman? Batgirl or Batwoman? Not sure.
New Aussie Super Serum. How am I supposed to 100 hours of moisturized hair and a wave of endless moisture that goes on and on and on. So you do the light thing, and let Aussie do the hair thing. We call it the Aussie philosophy. Oz, have you tried it yet?
Man,
That is so
do not
inappropriate.
complicate going back in shape after 50. Start doing Tai Chi and lose weight without treadmill.
Luckily, I only took
This is me after 2 months of Tai Chi. I feel younger
That
and
dog is
stronger
like, I'm gonna kill you
than in
now.
my 30s.
I hate
I'm
noise.
62.
You loud
I
ass
did Tai Chi
nigga.
for a month
You're dead.
and lost 22 pounds of
He's
belly
like, you're
fat.
dead.
Make it a habit.
Oh man,
7
that's
minutes
funny,
of Tai Chi
man.
every morning, all the way for 1 month. In 1 week, you'll feel lighter, your back tension will ease. In 2 weeks, you'll look better and wake up with more energy.
And the
In
last
1
one?
month, your wife won't believe your results. Here's a printable Tai Chi workout plan made for men over 50. This
What the hell am I
beginner-friendly
doing?
Look at how clean these drawings are. Again with the feet. Interesting. Drawing the knuckles. They kind of separate in terms of like to everything else. Interesting. You know what's so cool? You say just with the lines, and it's not messy. It kind of like you get to see what works. Right? So you kind of learn
1,
the
2,
short
3 again.
hands,
That's 1, 1, 1.
or the shortcuts, short hands of the artist just a while faster. In purple. And
look how big his shoulders are. Wide shoulders.
Like
Look
this
at
one
the
has
girl,
more.
so small. The
Sorry,
girls
she
are
has
not
more of
that
an
nice.
anime styled face.
I should
Very
do
interesting.
this.
No. It's a very pin-up looking shot.
What else is next?
Oh, again, it's the forgot her name.
Jinx.
Arcane chick. Jinx, maybe? This time in grayscale, look at that.
Look at that rendering, that's nice. I love that.
Like
That's
even
so
zoomed
sexy.
out, if someone were to say, oh, this was rendered
Okay.
in pencil, or traditionally,
What do I do
would
next? What do I do next?
not question them because I think the textures
What else am I
do
thinking of?
give it that vibe. Because there are people who draw this way, where they draw traditionally and they render in pencil, in graphite.
Oh.
For the grayscale stuff. But they'll still ink it.
Commit suicide.
But when they render, it's all just in pencil. I like it. Oh, original. I think it's the a notepad or a notes app. Initial sketch for the idea, and then they. I'm guessing this one was done on a different
Skill, bro. Talking to people is not a skill. It's pretty much that shall give you the
And to be
obviously she
interesting,
doesn't
why people draw on. Because sometimes when you just keep drawing on like white pages, it gets to a point where your eyes are just constantly like blinded. So it just adds a bit of like diversity. The baseball shots, like they're about to throw something.
So
like that. Very nice tension for like the arm and this leg. The foreshortening of this leg coming towards you, very cool. And not only that, you're seeing it from the bottom, so it's gonna be even more dynamic. Again with the feet, like they know. Like I know what you are. Oh, sorry. Oh, again with the toes.
He was about to fucking sing anime music, bro.
Wait, this feel like a One Piece character because the horns seem so familiar in the face. I think she is a One Piece character. Oh, look at them feet. There's something about the feet. Oh man. You know what reminds me of another artist? And Twitter, I think their name is Okinawa Nogori. They draw a lot traditionally, and their drawings tend to look like this. Well, highly focused on the contours, and they're very good with, well, lots of things, but the human body, foreshortening things. Like I would put them in the same level as like Kim Jung-gi. And I think they often post videos now, so you can see their time lapse or whatever. Nice foreshortening. Oh, like the from the knee, the calves. Yeah.
So this is true value. This is a halfway point. True value, halfway point. True value, halfway point. Value range, value range, value range.
Foot shots. Right? Look at that.
Who's Rio Skywalker?
So it has a pink look, but that sort of graphite style rendering or pencil rendering. It could even be like an airbrush kind of look.
I really follow this lady.
And you know what? With sorry, Jesus, with a rendering like this, you can always do a most like layers where you color on top of like the grayscale. I've seen people do. I've seen people artists do that. that way, when you're coloring, you don't have to worry so much about the values anymore. But the trick is, how do you make it not look muddy? Because
Ew!
it's a very common thing to encounter when you draw or approach your art in this way, where you do
Her nose
the
is
stroke first
beautiful.
and you add the colors after. It can, if you're not experienced, it can make it look a little bit too muddy. So.
Here I am.
I'm cool.
That unk means uncle.
But you know, people find a way.
But now I just realized. You guys
So I'm guessing this is like a scope for their like sniper gun.
Why did this TS shit PMO?
She kind of reminds me of Tomb Raider a little bit, with the vibe.
Hollering at you, gang. Twin, do you hear me? Twin,
Or
you finna look like a Mayan crash out with those dreads. Like you finna blow my back out or something.
Hey, yo! I'll blow your back out.
People did not make funny slang. It comes from TikTok and memes. It's called TikTok slang.
No. Exactly! It's black people meme, but they're calling it TikTok
I know
slang.
they could never tell you to sit in the back of the bus. They could never. Oh, you finna catch a crash out with me if you don't stop.
Running breaks your joints.
I didn't know you had a body T. You finna catch boots in the house down tonight, sister.
You need that.
So basically, you're an unk if you're over the age of 13,
In 2 weeks, you'll
and it
feel
also
your
means
breath.
uncool.
In 3 weeks, you'll
No,
have
it doesn't.
energy and your wife won't believe your results. Here is the personalized plan of short Tai Chi workouts
No, it
tailored for
isn't.
beginners over 50.
He's uncle.
It takes
It's
just
black
7
slime.
beginner friendly and requires no equipment. You can work out anytime,
Oh
anywhere.
my lord!
What happens if my husband starts Tai Chi tomorrow?
How old is he?
He is 56.
Perfect. By the end of September, you might not even recognize him.
But what
She's
if he
light-skinned
hasn't
too,
worked
bro.
out in years?
That's even better. Tai Chi was built for men over 50.
Isn't the gym better?
After 50, the gym breaks you. Tai Chi heals your body.
On my desk.
Makes you lose
No.
weight faster than you would.
Oh, scoot down,
Does he
definitely.
need any equipment?
No, his body is fine. Just do it for 7 minutes a day and see your body get better.
So how does he start?
Click the link. Yeah.
And that's also headphones and a sleep mask. All right. Oh, it's actually playing. Can you guys hear the music?
You know, on TikTok, it's like a new. It's not a new trend, but it's a common trend. I think it's called French tips. Basically, your toenails are painted in like white, but I don't mind black too. It does have a more goth vibe.
I have even cool.
But
Hello?
to me, it still works.
Oh, hey. Can you hear me?
Do you see how you can feel like the flesh, the soles, of the like, because the foot, right? It's gonna be more soft from the cushion. I can feel the cushioning vibe.
What's Kidami talking about? She's talking shit, bro.
I know there are plenty of other things to focus on here, but
Now unk means your uncle.
the feet get to me.
What's with this squid?
Spider-Man.
Oh my god, I can't even remember hers.
For the
Yeah,
line
there
art,
you are.
graphite-esque, but it's not like
She
to the
hella
point where
fun.
it's black. Really cool graphite sort of vibe here.
She's hella fun, but her body's not nice.
I like the rendering.
Level 27.
Look at that. If you color this, it'll still look good. Because if something looks good,
Oh my god.
already,
Sensational.
that's sort of the like what's fundamental. Because even if you add colors after,
She's so fat, she has fat in her
again,
fucking
you already
ankle.
have like a solid
In her
base of
fucking,
it, so
in her knees.
it's just gonna make it all
Women be
look
getting
even
fat.
better. It's the girl from.
Wow.
I think it's Ray.
That's because
I
that's a
guess.
fucking. It's like, fuck that shit, bro.
Oh, we're done. So, I'm gonna link their pages.
Oh
I
my
think they
god.
have a couple of pages, a YouTube, an Instagram, a Twitter.
Oh
I'll
my
link them all in the
god, this
description
dog's
below,
smart.
and, yeah, I'll see you with the. Come on, look at this. And I like that it's not flat. There are subtle
First of all, nice fucking
gradients. Meaning it's like a slight shift in like hued values a little bit. So it really makes it feel like it's a solid, fleshy thing and not just like a flat.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Like it kind of jumps out on the
Yeah.
page. That's what I like about
Yeah.
it. Like the style.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fully
Yeah.
cell shaded. Like it's kind of beyond that already. It's like a rendering.
It's like speed is the main attraction.
So I'm gonna link this page or their pages in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
This is the quickest way to go from AI beginner to AI fluent in 2026. Watch this.
Skip it, niggas.
Hi, Davi here. Today we
Paul
have an
Fogg.
episode in the art review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of.
Oh, I'm so bored right now. Say when you say God's in the gym, right? I'm with my ex. Oh, I'm bored. Time to draw.
Even an 8B pencil, because look at how dark it is in some parts. I mean, you can just not just by the hands, but if you can draw feet pretty well, to me it kind of signifies like I feel like they're of cultured descent. Because there are signs, definitely. But look at how clean these lines are.
Girl, you fine as hell.
Interesting. I think we have a couple of sheets or shots like this where I'm guessing they sketch. By the way, when I say I've seen their live streams, I've only like quickly skipped in certain parts of the video, but I haven't like watched it the whole way. So I'm guessing like a good summary of how they would maybe start a sketch. If you focus on like the super light strokes, but they're kind of thick, they're trying to find maybe the gestures. Or you know what? What if they do this in the end? I'm not even sure. To kind of add like some shadows, but right now I'm feeling like start off the sketch with like these bigger, bolder strokes, and then they draw like the final lines afterward. That's my guess. And then they decided to simply keep the initial strokes there, which can have an effect. I, I do like leaving it in only because like you do have to lighten the strokes, maybe tone down the opacity, and you want to make sure that the sort of final lines you draw are on its own. Where it's from, but like the pose reminds me of that character from Resident Evil or something. I'm not sure. Like the tall woman with like the big. I'm guessing it's because of the shot, the big hat. Tall. Also, this guy here, he looks like a normal sized guy.
Take your shit, and then when you're bored as fuck, steal her shit. Go into this jungle and
have the same setup. I think she's
and
also
hopefully
like a witch, but she's like super tall, kind of thick too. I forgot the name, but I do love that dynamic.
What else is it? That's white, gray, black.
Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom statuses to organize my progress exactly how I want it. I like to add the action items field so AI can show me the next steps. I add my teammates and watchers so they're in the loop. ClickUp makes work easy, from personal projects to running a multi-billion-dollar company. Click the link below to create your workspace for free.
Are you joking me? Why is it not doing anything? Why is it not?
Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Fogg, 12THFOG. So I found this artist, I believe, via X or Twitter. So I was able to download a couple of images. I think all in all they're like 12. I think they had a bunch of different styles, but I focused more on this style where it does have some ink work and some basic, not exactly flats. I mean, there are some flat base colors, but there's a bit of rendering, for the shadows and stuff like that. Anyway, and it's mainly focused on like this Yuri, girl on girl kind of a subject. Oh, by the way, this is our first art review for 2026. So it's a brand new year, guys. A brand new year. So hopefully you're doing well wherever you are in this planet, and we have to lock in, right? I know I kind of dropped off because I was kind of on a break, but not on a break. But yeah, I'm back. So
That's it.
hopefully
I made a
this
mistake
will set the
actually.
tone for the full 2026 year, and because it's gonna look bad if I miss the first day of 2026. So time to lock in. Anyway,
Oh, this.
so as you can see for the ink work, it's not just
Oh,
black.
this is
They do or decided to color it with like a red. It kind of reminds because there are some ballpoint pens that come in red, like dark red. Um, and I actually do like it because if it's too saturated of a color in terms of like the red color, it's just I feel like it's gonna fight with the base color. So I think in a way, even if you do add some hues, some colors to your line work, or even it doesn't have a full finished final kind of line. It can be something like this, where it's a bit more sketchy, a bit rough. But I do think it has to be a bit darker. Either you try the line blend with the base colors, or you make it obviously darker with a slight hint of some soft edges, and even for the neck,
Hey,
there's a
and we're
bit
done.
of a gradient, right? Same thing for the ear,
Black. So
for the
white, gray,
chin.
black,
It's
gray,
a bit more like
white,
red,
white, and then
right?
last one.
But when you zoom out, it kind of looks flat. It's not a very super complex approach,
And
but
that's it. Now we have to
it
do
still looks good.
the easy part.
Now, obviously, we have like a foot scene here.
What the fuck? What are you
I always like scenes like this. I mean, even if you don't have a background, right? You can tell they're in like school, and or maybe they're not in school. Maybe they're in their like bedroom or something after
What else is
hours, after
next?
school. Who knows? But the point is,
People be doing this shit
I
as well.
think this character over here with the grayish green hair is
Gray.
kind of toying around
So
with
that's
this
light.
girl.
This bottom will be
I also
gray.
like it how um,
We're not. It's not light.
when they add
Dark
the
gray.
blush, but it's with actual hatch lines. I mean, you can do it via like a soft brush. It still works, but I think adding hatch lines, it just makes it more obvious. And if you have ink work anyway, kind of like this, and it has a decent amount of hatch,
Up is like
the
getting
beard,
direct light, then it'll move.
right? But it's not like the only thing. While it has like this obvious like set of red hatch lines, there's still like the gradient on or beneath the hatch line, so you can combine all sorts of techniques. But yeah, quick, is it that final? I don't think so, but it has a rough look, but it's clean. Not
Let
chaotic,
me make it
but
smaller.
just rougher, but it still maintains like a somewhat clean look. And I guess because for like say for the areas in skin or the skin areas, how many lines do you see are on the inside of like this shape? You don't see much, right? So if you can focus more on the contours, um, avoid hatching too many of the insides for certain shapes. I think it's good for hatching. So
Lunch
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
What's your speed, e-scooter?
Can I help you with those?
And you're not allowed to carry things either.
Am I allowed to have any pizza?
E-scooters must travel 20 kilometers per hour or less and cannot carry goods or passengers.
What?
Morinach cara da quina is féidir leat a bhraca
Why not?
tú fógathe sa dorchadas. Tá sé
The government is
tábhachtach
being
a
weird,
thuiscint
man.
go bhfuil cara ar fóldait. Victimscharter.ie chuirt ar óras ar fóldait ar theirbhísí aistriúcháin ar na ceart atá agat agus ar an tapiacht atá ag taifeáilúid. Tá ceart tá taciacht tá go agat. Faide cuidse i gart na níospartach. Ar na cur ar fóldait ag rial.
For as long as it's not everywhere and you have like spaces or spots in your piece where it's just somewhat empty or where it's flat colors underneath or beneath.
We're done now. Woo! We're done. Now. Wow, this took me till 8. That means it starts doing at 4.
Right? Meaning it's
It takes me 5 hours though.
Black or just
I don't remember
where it's filled in. You don't see you hardly
like 4.
see
It takes me 4 hours.
lines. Like it's one shape.
5 hours actually. Oops.
You do see this a
Art
lot
is
in
so
like
hard, man.
comics.
And I'm like not waking up. Like,
yeah,
what's wrong
great
with me?
you can use it for like visual storytelling, but it's also great to save time because
This
you
is a
don't
lot.
have to
Oh, that's not too much.
add too many details, obviously.
And this is the top of the
Also,
box.
with the line art, it does have a decent
Top of the
amount
box, top of the box, top of the box. It
weight
gets
variety.
darker.
If we're focusing
And
on
then this
these
is the
lines
one.
over here, it's
This
going
one
to be
is
thicker. But on the insides, on like the more focusing on like the folds, like the more detailed type lines, it's going to be way thinner. So even when you zoom out, it's not like you're being bombarded with all sorts of because if you have some with this amount of line work, if it's all the same line weight, it's not bad, but when it comes to readability, it's gonna take a while for you to get. What's going on? Unless you have like flats, which can help as well, or flat colors underneath can help, but having some line weight variety can help guide your eye, right? And help. And I just like the lines. It's so like fluid, right? Like it goes back and forth. It feels very interesting. I think that's not a blush. I believe she was like, wait, maybe expression here. She's kind of like mad or disappointed, or maybe she has like bad intentions, right? And her eyes here are kind of like dead. You can see like a bruising and the shake in the mouth. Clearly, in she's being dominated by this brown haired girl. So something must be going on. We see some scrapes in the knees. Jesus. So hopefully it's just like a simple, one of those like random fights, but who knows, right? Could be the same couple, but
oh, I made a mistake. I
it's
forgot.
a bit darker. Like I see way more filled in areas, right? But it still has a bit of that reddish tone to it, or color. Now compare things along the hair. It kind of matches the actual color of the hair, like these darker lines, these thicker, darker lines. They're a bit more like green. They kind of match like, the hair color.
I actually don't remember anymore.
In this case, for the girl above, the brown hair girl,
is like that?
Not much. Same color for the hair.
What the fuck? What's the third one?
Color for
anyway, book.
The rest of the things. But these, this is a bit rough, right? But zooming out, it still feels kind of.
I made one mistake as well.
I wouldn't mind like a comic like this.
Oh my god, why is it so dirty?
Who's not like an avid manga.
Oh my god, I ripped the page.
Comic reader.
There's no pencil on this shit.
I'm not too bothered by sketchy stuff. In fact, I think I prefer more rougher works. I mean, it still has to be clear and readable, but.
I was like, there's no way.
Same girl, but maybe she's walking away. Oh, interesting. She's water to her face, and maybe right now this green girl is feeling a bit.
And the last one is?
Like she's done, like she's walking away almost.
There's
she can't understand why she's walking away. Maybe she has like a toxic past, which makes her push people away. Maybe it's a bit, it may be a bit too extreme, but as you can see with the injuries, but you know, it's you want to have drama, I guess. So there you go. Could be a different
Something like
context.
that.
Well, I think it's the same
And
show, but
the
maybe
one I
it's a
forgot
different.
to do.
Um,
I'll put it somewhere.
you have different uniforms, so perhaps like a neighbor, or maybe a younger sister, who knows?
It's all about here. Just turning
But yeah,
away.
can the ink work? But how it's just
I made a mistake.
the thickness of it, it feels fluid.
Today was a bad day.
You know, like how it's not always like close.
Look at I
for
only studied
example,
for like
you have
5
gaps
hours,
in
man.
between.
That, imagine I was studying for 9
Right?
hours.
Not everything has
This
to
whole
be
day would have been
completely
gone.
filled, and it can make the coloring process
Or it's too
harder,
hard, man.
but
I don't even think I'll be able to leave
some
the
people
country.
use tools like the
What else is
and
nice?
stuff like that, but
Oh. What should I do next? I have no idea. What's the next thing? What should I do next? What should I do next? I can't think. Oh yeah, I remember. This shit. Something like that. Real life is hard, man. Real life sucks.
Become a master of Tai Chi, especially
All because of my
if you're
teacher.
over 60.
There.
58-day Tai Chi challenge for beginners over 60. Just 15 minutes a day to level up. In 1 week, you'll feel unstoppable. In 2 weeks, you'll move better than 90% of people your age. In a month, you'll have a toned body. Tap the screen to join.
And
if it's not a super complex environment or scene, then I don't think there's too much.
The last one.
And for the flats, it's mostly the parts of the face. The add pink reddish like gradient. It does add a bit of life to your piece, especially to like skin. I'm guessing this girl
Yeah,
with the long dark hair, a bit more of the.
Ireland's a racist country, man.
I'm not sure
Why
if
am I a
it's the
fucking
same
retard,
way,
bro?
This
It's
girl could be this
racism, bro.
Because if you look at the eyes, short hair, the eyes, right?
I don't care. Oh no, it's not racism.
This could
This
be
is
like
how
a
you're
love
born.
triangle
No,
or
it's
something.
not, man.
You know what's so funny? I actually
They
don't
made me
mind.
retarded, man.
Studies show
I mean,
that if
you
you
know,
have a
I'm very
hyperfixation
open
to
to
the
like
point of
romance,
obsession,
like animes, right, or shows.
Ugh.
Like I don't always want to watch like an action-filled anime. I mean, it's fun, but once in a while, I like watching some romance stuff. But to me, I don't mind it if it's like a guy on guy or girl on girl or a mix of everything. I don't really mind. So because the dynamics.
Why am I
Sure, there may be
retarded?
some differences here and there, but
It's
in
Ireland's
general,
plan.
you know, the
That's what
idea
Ireland's
of
doing.
being in the love triangle or
Because it's not normal to be
you
retarded,
know, the
man.
idea of tension.
It's not
stuff
normal.
like
We
that.
built
I think it
societies, we built
works.
houses, we
either way.
fucking done all this bullshit, but you're telling me I'm slow?
Right?
Bullshit. Anyways, what else is next? They made a new this is Kaisen thingy. 30 minutes. I want to play League. I really want to play. Wait, where was I? I was looking at Jujutsu Kaisen. Where is it? No one joined. No one joined my shit. What about my YouTube? Oh shit! hate when that shit happens.